happy Wednesday. Trying to keep track. So, I am here in Orlando, and the OMG conference is going on. That stands for One Man Gang. So, it is run by some very good friends of mine, David Mills and Mike Long. And they have been doing this for years. They've created a fantastic community teaching people how to start their own businesses, how to start their own SEO agencies, and how to get clients. And each year they upgrade it. Each year they make it better and better and put in more things that can help these SEO agencies and help people. The goal is to help people who want to become financially independent. They want to have their own business, but it's hard because who teaches you how to run your own business, how to have a business, how to learn the skills you need to provide a service that's needed. So, for instance, what is it that all businesses need? They need customers, they need clients, they need people walking in the door ready to buy. And so that's the business that they teach is it's not just SEO, it is SEO is about driving traffic to a business, right? Because nowadays we don't walk past businesses really anymore. We have to drive the traffic that we get that goes to a business usually comes from the internet. So how do because whenever we want to find a plumber or, a restaurant or whatever it is, we go online and we Google it, right? Or we search on the internet and we see what pops up. Maybe we call them or we go show up. So that is how businesses get business. So what they do is they teach people how to start their own business by teaching them how to help a business get business, how to help a business get customers, right? So if you are going to pay for something, you want to pay for something that makes you money. Okay. So if a business is going to pay for something, they want to pay for something that is going to be sure to actually drive customers to them so that they make more money. Then it's worth it to pay for it. But so many SEO services out there really don't do a good job. And I think people are very disillusioned with it because a lot of times they might hire someone who says they do SEO, and that's called search engine optimization. That's what SEO means. It means optimizing your website and your links and stuff so that when someone types in the information of what they're searching for on Google, that your company will come up on the first page. Because if it doesn't come up on the first page, how many people go to the second, third page? I might search second, third page sometimes, but then after that, I'm certainly not going to be searching on the 42nd page for a business. And you'd be surprised at how many businesses come up on the 42nd page if they haven't had someone do this for them, which basically means they're invisible, that nobody can find them. So for businesses or entrepreneurs, having someone that actually really knows what they're talking about and actually knows how to do real SEO, search engine optimization, doesn't just say it. A lot of people say that they do it, but really all they do is they add a little plugin on your website or something like that. They don't actually do it. So one of the things my mother is an expert in is writing the content in such a way that it will automatically optimize for search engines so that your website will organically go to the top of Google searches. So she's become actually one of the top experts in the world at how to do this. She's developed her own method and everything for it. And this is what she teaches. She has a course on it. So it's kind of fun, right? So she started out, her background was in writing. She was a writer, she taught writing, she was an editor professionally. But then as she learned this whole world of, search engine optimization, like in her 60s, she's applied that and fit that together in a way that she can really teach anybody how to do it. She has a step-by-step course that teaches people how to do it. So she's here speaking at this conference on her expertise on how to create and how to write content and how to list content and how to do keyword strategy searches, all of this stuff that goes into creating a website that will rank very high on Google, which means that creating great content that's also optimized. And it takes time and it takes strategy, it takes research, it takes a lot of different stuff to actually achieve this. And she's created a very simple course on how to do this. Hey, Harshita, good to see you. Hey, it's been a while. Good evening. So I'm just telling them about my mother's, what my mother does, her course on search engine optimization. Oh, so she's a writer, so she's designed a whole thing to teach you. It's called I think it's called Write and Rank, or Writing for Profit, right? So it's about how, if you are a writer, you can use your writing skills when by following her steps, you can actually take your writing skills, turn it into a real business with a skill that works, that gets results, that businesses really need, that helps make them money. And you can make money from writing, because she likes to joke that she was a writer and a poet and everything for years and years, and she never made any money off of it. But when she learned how to do this, now she gets paid a lot of money to write and to draft websites and to really understand what's going on and what the client needs. Uh, so she has a course called Write and Rank, and she's speaking at this conference because she's one of the top experts in the world at this skill. And she has a video course and PDFs and step by step that she teaches her students how to do the same thing. And now they're working on putting together a business, which will combine both writing the website, creating the content with the right strategy, and creating like a very robust technical website. The technical part of it, she's partnering with somebody else that does the technical side of it as well, that can help businesses. So the key that we're looking at here is, when we think about businesses and what is a business and what do you need to have a business, right? There's really only three things that comprise a business, and you have to know these three things. And if you're missing, anytime your business is not working, anytime your business is failing or it's not doing as well, then there's something wrong with one of the three things, right? And the three things, the first one is, what is your product? What is the service you're offering? What is the result? Usually people get this wrong. They mistake what it is they're actually selling. They think they're selling one thing when really they're selling something else, right? They think they're selling an alarm system, but really what they're selling is peace of mind. You see? So that getting clear on what you're really selling, on what your product is, and making sure that that's good, right? That it gets results. That's one. The second one is traffic. You can have the best product in the world, but if you don't have any traffic and nobody knows you exist, you don't have a business. Okay. So back in the old day, you would want to set your store on a busy intersection. So there would be lots of people passing your store who would see your business and who would go in, right? That's the old way of doing it. Nowadays, what do? We go on our phone, we go on our computer, we type it in, we search for it. If it doesn't come up in our searches, then it's like it doesn't exist, right? It could be around the corner from us and we might not know it's there because it didn't come up in our Google search, you see? So today, traffic is not foot traffic walking past. It is people coming in the door, people looking for you and seeing you show up on the first page of Google and clicking and calling, or looking at the map, clicking directions on the map and coming to your store. That's traffic these days, right? So these guys specialize in optimizing your website and your information so that it will come up in those first few results. That's what their business is. And a lot of people claim to do it and they don't do it well. And it's just like when you're out hunting for someone to be your lawyer or your accountant. If you know nothing about that business, they may sound really good what they're saying, but they may not be very good at it, and you have no real way of telling. And that's what happens all the time. In these type of technical fields, right? It can be really hard to find a provider that actually does it and that really knows what they're talking about and doesn't just sound good. So that's what these guys teach. And then the third element of your business that you have to have is called conversion, or getting them to make a decision, right? So you have to have the product, you have to have the traffic so that people know about it, they have to be coming by, and you have to have the process that gets them to actually buy, right? That converts them from just seeing you to actually purchasing. You have to have that process, that product, that funnel. What does that mean? You've got to have like a way for them to pay. You have to have answers to their questions so that they feel comfortable to pay, right? So you have to actually have the process. When you're selling something to somebody, it's a process. And if you don't understand how to do that, and that might be like some people just use a sales letter, right? Some people have a phone conversation. Some people show up and you look at the product and you make a decision, you hold it in your hands. There's all different ways that people choose to buy something. And you have to understand what that conversion is for your business and optimize that so that people, because if people get stuck somewhere and they're like, okay, well, this looks good, I think I want it, but I have questions about this, this, and this, and they can't get those questions answered, they're not going to buy, right? So you need to make sure that in your conversion process, you have a way for people to ask all the questions they need to ask, and that it takes them through and gives them all the information they need until they feel comfortable and are ready to buy, right? So those are the three things that you need to have a business. Those are the three principles that have to exist in any business. And the rest, the next layer, right, is just the actual technical aspect of how you do those things, right? But those are the three things. So if you need traffic, but the technical side is not good and it's not working and nobody can find your website, you don't have traffic, right? So this is the same thing. If you're trying to convert somebody and sell somebody, but your website function where they're supposed to pay with their credit card isn't functioning right, guess what? You're not going to make the sale, you see? So when you understand there's only three things to look at in a business, any business, you can know where to focus your attention to know, okay, this is why it's working or this is why it's not working. And people make it really, really complicated and there's all this different stuff they think they have to do, but really it boils down to only three things. And that is something that's really cool that now you know, because now you know if you're having a problem, you only need to look in three areas to find out how to fix that problem, okay? And then I would say the fourth pillar, the fourth leg, is just about structure, and this is about protecting yourself. So this would be, it's not really to do with the actual structure of the business and making money, but it's the fourth pillar in a business is structure, and that would be things like having your legal setup correct, having your accounting systems in place, having your insurance in place, right? These are all the stuff that protect you as the business owner. But the actual creating revenue part, that's only those three things. So anyway, I didn't know we were going to get into talking about that, but that's a really just huge for a business owner to understand that. Or if you want to start a business, it's huge for you to understand what are the only three things you need to look at. These are only three areas of a business that you need to focus on. And once you understand what those are and you understand, you're really crystal clear on how you get those things for your business, then you are going to be good. You're going to be successful because that's it. That's what it is. So anyway, good to see you, Harshita. Good to see you, Mariana, and everyone. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I should label this one differently so that people know what it's really about, which is about business. but these guys, OMG Machines, if you go look them up, this is what they do. And my mother's course, which is called Write and Rank, is all about one aspect of that, which is actually about two aspects of that, because it's about not only getting the traffic, but it's also about the conversion process. So it really helps with two of the critical core aspects of running a successful business. So anyway, you have a great day. Bye, Harshita. Good to see you. And I will talk to you all tomorrow.